Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Miriam here at Paper Wheels Studio, home of the Wheelchair Crafter. Today, I've been promising this video for quite some time. I know that. I keep mentioning it on my videos, but I am going to show you something that you will consider absolutely magic. Just magic. I don't know how else to say it. I have not tried this on some of these things, but I know it works very well on stickers and other papers. I'm not so sure about this here, but I glued it together. So we're going to see if we can use it to separate it without messing anything up and tearing any of the papers in the process. We're just going to do that first. The secret is called Undo Remover. It safely removes self-adhesive stickers, tapes, labels, adhesive residue, gum, lip balm, crayons, tar, and grease. If you've ever used Gooby Gone, this is not Gooby Gone. I've not ever used anything like this. Not only can you remove stuff, but it dries up, no oil, no grease, and you can actually reuse your stickers. So let's test. I've never used anything like this, so we're going to test it here. I'm just going to drop some of my Undo in that area there and let it drip. Now, if you drip this on something else, don't worry. It dries very quickly. So we're just going to kind of let that get down in there and do its work. Let's see, I need a little more here. We'll just kind of bend that card back a bit. Usually it does not take a lot, but you got to get it where it needs to go for it to work. So we're going to I'm just dripping it down in there and letting it go down on top of that. And then I'm going to kind of set this to the side while I show you how well it works on stickers. These stickers are just stuck on here by accident. Well, a lot of times when you try to peel stickers back up, it will take some of your paper with it. So, I got some on my wax paper here. I have the wax paper for a reason. Once you use it to take a sticker off, and if you're just going to do a sticker, the easiest way to do it is to put your cap back on your bottle. Just close your bottle enough so that it might just drip a little bit onto that little spatula. Or you could just go ahead and drip a little bit and then close your bottle. Either way is fine. There we go. We got some on my little spatula here. And it comes with its own little spatula to get your stickers off. So we're going to see if we can demolish this card here. And so you just put it down under your sticker and it'll let you pry that sticker up without getting any paper. Just gotta let it get down in there, soak down into where your sticker is. If you need a little more, you can always add more. Yep, gonna need just a wee bit more here. So we're going to put some down there, and we're going to put some over here. As long as your paper colors do not bleed, you can use this on really any kind of paper product. All right, so look how easy that popped right off there. And now it is still sticky on the back, and when it completely dries, it'll be even stickier. So I'm going to put him down on a piece of wax paper because, yes, these can be used again. That one, see how easy it came right off there? No problem. And you'll see that this will dry up, and once it's completely dry, you won't even know that it was wet. So we're going to see if we can't separate this. This was a homemade card that someone made and sent me, but I really like the yellow cardstock piece. So I'm trying to conserve it. So let's try putting some of this down in under my paper here. And just wanting to let it get good saturated. And as it saturates the paper, the glue is dissolving underneath. You can usually, if you're holding it on its side like this, you can tell how much is coming out of the bottle at a time. I got it on Amazon. I used to use it when I did a lot of planning with stickers and things, because it works great to just pick those stickers up when you want to take them up if you don't like where they are. So it works very well for something like this. And see, it's just going right under that paper, and that adhesive is just, it's just coming right up, folks. As soon as the glue hits it, it's dissolving the adhesive so that you can get your spatula under there and just scrape it right up. Must be more glue in the center of this, because it seems like the center is giving me just, I mean, it's not hard, just a little bit more trouble than the rest of the card did. All right, I'm gonna let that soak there a moment, and then without even scraping it, I probably can just peel this right off the back. Yep. Now, you will get some glue residue left over on here, but if you take a cloth and wipe that, it will, I for some reason didn't bring cloths, but you take a cloth and wipe that, and it'll wipe right up. And so you can see how the card got saturated there. Be careful, because if it still has glue on it, it will easily stick back to something else. So I have that now that I can use as a piece of cardstock. All I have to do is get a piece of, I got some material here that's just, see if I got a scrappy piece in here that I can pull and use. If not, I know I have some wipes here to the side that I can grab. Yep. Almost. Yep, here's some wipes. So I'm just, you don't want to forget to leave the top off this, because it will evaporate. It evaporates pretty quickly. So I'm just going to put some on my cloth, get an area good and saturated with it. There we go. And then I'm just going to wipe along where I can see the glue residue on here. Just kind of to wipe it off with my cloth. And I'm going to set, oh, look what I did. I laid it right back down where I told you guys not to do it, didn't I? Laid it right back down on that sticky piece. Let's lay the sticky piece over here. And I'm going to go ahead and put this right on this card, because it'll be quicker. Uses a little more that way, but it'll be much quicker to get this clean. So you can see how easy it dries and how clean it becomes. Just the residue glue just wipes right off. Still a little bit more residue there in that one spot. And a bottle like this, it could last you a while. I mean, unless you make mistakes every single day and you're using a bunch every day. Now, I've wiped all my glue residue off of that. I missed a spot right there that had some. So we're going to wipe that area. And you can tell once you get the glue off, it's just smooth wiping. And now all I need to do is set this to the side, let this card dry, which it will very shortly. while we work on these two cards over here that stuck together. So let's see here. Yeah, a little bit, but I need to add more in here. So I'm going to try to get it down where I need it. See how well this does on here. I really have no clue. It's stuck good. Let's do like we did the other one. I'm just going to lay it down here on my table and just use my little spatula, because that lets that glue get down there where it needs to be to work on the adhesive. And this was my PVA glue that I glued this on with. It's taken a little bit more stuff and time to dissolve these, but I believe it's going to work. Yep. It's working. Seems to be anyway. So let's get here and get that in under that. Oh yeah. It's just going to take a little bit longer because I think it's taking it a little longer to soak in. And I'm not sure what it's going to do to the tissue paper, because tissue paper, you know, it's fragile when it gets wet. And the glue makes it stronger, but if we're dissolving the glue, it might affect the tissue paper as well. Okay, we're praying. We are praying. We're praying. I'm not giving up. Of course, you probably shouldn't put the stickers that you just took off of something underneath where you're... Oh, there it goes. You just kind of gotta work with it to get it to release. And like I said, sometimes it takes a little more application. This is really going to be a toughie, folks. I don't know if it's going to completely work on this with the tissue paper on here, but we're going to give it a wholehearted try here. I might have to come back along afterwards and put more tissue paper on it, but other than that, I think it'll work good. Let's come in from this side now. I think I've got enough here to do that. Or enough spatula. There we go. It just loosened up. And I believe it did. Yep. Unfortunately, it cut some of my card and it ripped it. However, I can fix the back of that card. Let's see if I can get this off of the tissue paper here by saturating it and letting it soak in there a minute or two. All right. So, if we go back to that card where here it is. This is completely dried now. And it's got just two little places there where it's still a little damp, but it's completely dried, and now I have that cardstock that I could use by simply taking that off of it. And And I'm just going to see if I can get this to kind of release a little bit, which it's doing. Yeah. It's a little harder with the card on top, but I think I can salvage this king here and still keep the tissue paper that's on top of it. I'm just using my fingers to just kind of get in under there and see if I can't get that to come off with the undo. So it works better on some substances than others. So you want to be careful you don't go a hog wild thinking it's going to work if it doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, it's just taking the tissue paper right with it. So I wouldn't recommend using it with tissue paper. But I can come back along and cover that. I'm not too worried about that. So we know you shouldn't use it with tissue paper, but it works very good with any kind of adhesive with regular papers. I'll show you some more regular papers here. My butterfly got even wet, so he didn't want to stick down there. I'm going to move my wax paper over here to the side so it can dry. Clean up my desk a little, and we're going to try removing these pieces from this particular card. I want to wet it good, both pieces. So make sure it's good and saturated, because that certainly makes a difference. That flower is nice and saturated, so let's see if it'll, yep, it's coming up. Just gotta get it down in there and let it saturate your paper. And we get a lot more adhesive on there, so I'm going to hold it up so my adhesive doesn't come out. Maybe. Let's see, let's try it with a little bit of flattening here. I also brought another. We'll saturate that flower, and I'm going to saturate this flower good here. And my little flaggies. So hopefully we get these off here. Alright, so you just work yourself along till you can pull that up. And when you pull it up, it's reusable. You saw how I did the stickers. You saw how I did the other pieces of paper on the card. Worked very well for it. I must have super glued these on, because it's not wanting to help on these either, is it? There we go. Some of it is. And a lot of times it's just simply getting your stuff down in where it needs to go, you know? So give it another, I don't want to waste my stuff just showing you how to get this off of here. So we'll give it another try here for the one flower, and there we go. Just a matter of being patient and getting your undo down in there so it can get to the adhesive. When things are layered up like this, it's hard sometimes to get it clear under where you need it. So we're going to let that run in under that one a bit. And then while it's still wet, before it has a chance to dry, I'm going to come back with my scraper and work on it. Well, whatever I used to glue this was a really good glue. Oh, there it comes. Just when you think it's not going to do it, there it goes. And you want to be careful you don't separate your paper levels, because sometimes your paper will not stand up to the scraping that you do when you're trying to get it off there. And I really don't care about the card underneath. I'm going to pull this back because I think it'll help me get some more in under where I need it to go. See, it works really easy on some things, and then others it's a little harder to get some things off. But it does work. Yeah, it's dissolving my adhesive on there and letting me peel that paper right back. It's just taking it a bit to get where it needs to go. Where are my scissors? Thinking I can maybe cut that piece of cardstock out of there. We can get it. Can't imagine I'd use anything that is not dissolvable. I mean, I didn't use something. All right, here we go. These are going to come right up where I squirted on those. They're coming. It is an adhesive tape that I used. So let's see if the other one comes up as well as that one did. Yep, I got that piece out perfectly fine and savable to use on something else. This flower is wanting to come apart, probably because I've wet it so many times. Let's see what we do if we squirt some under my gray flag here. See if that will help get it up. Haven't really saturated any of these other pieces. So let's just saturate it. And I'm going to saturate this one again. It was about ready to pull right off there. I love how you can you don't have to worry about getting your paper wet with this. See, it left some residual tape on top. So I'm just going to use my little spatula and scrape that right off there. And it'll be ready to go the next time I want to use it. The piece, that is, not the tape. Yeah. Although, you might be able to reuse tape. Alright, see that one? Look what it's doing. Just coming right up off there. Yep. See if we got it enough here where I can slide it out as well. Yep. Absolutely. So there's that piece that can be reused again. Get all the tape off of it. And I'm just going to stick the tape back on the cardstock underneath since I don't really care about keeping it. Just trying to see if I could save my flags and my flowers. So let's see what happens if I go under this one. Oh yeah, it's coming off too. In fact, it might be easier to just take the whole thing off if it will. Yep. It all come off, but one flower. That flower is just like, I'm getting tired of waiting. So this flower, it didn't last my scraping abilities here. So I'm not going to worry about taking off of that. I don't care if I lose it. So I'm just going to try to get my flags off of this card without, since they're coming right apart, not a big deal. And now I can get down in here with some of my stuff and saturate those papers so that the glue will come right off. I don't know what it is about these flowers, folks, but dang, they are not coming off. Wherever they are stuck to, they are not budging. I must use super glue or magic glue or something on them because, dang, that one actually tore the paper for some reason. Usually it does not do that. I mean, you've seen all the others I've done where they just popped right up. It's just where the flowers were stuck that it did that. Wow. So let's just add some Temu to rub this stuff off here. Not, what did I say? Temu undo. Jeez. And see how it just, the tape's just scraping right off the paper. When you add it like that, it's just coming right off. And again, I have no clue why it did not work on my flower pieces, but it worked on all these other pieces for the most part. So I have no clue. Just where my flowers were. I must have used some specialty adhesive on them or something. I don't know. But now I can get this scraped off of this piece. Find it hard to believe that it worked everywhere but where my flowers are. Well, that just goes to show that some things are experiments and work real well in your craft room, and others not so much. So, for the most part, your stickers for sure, it works very well on sticker adhesive. Some of the glues that we use, it's probably not going to dissolve them real well, I'm guessing. But it's, there we go. Nope, it's taking that paper with it. Wow. That's all I can say is, wow. I have no idea why it worked on some of my pieces and not so much on others. I could not tell you for the life of me what the issue is. Nope, just took it right off there. Yep, it dissolved in my paper. Wow. So we tried. It worked on this one quite well, and it worked on this one quite well. And the adhesive tape remover, or the adhesive tape, double-sided sticky tape, came right up. And from the looks of it, that's what I used to put most of that down. And we did get our stickers off the card, and I have these 2 stickers that I can use again. And I have this piece that came off of my card here that is completely dry. So it remove some of the sticky tape residue, and it will remove sticker residue. Some glues you're going to have trouble with. So just know that if you try it and let it dissolve on your paper, it will dry and you won't even know your paper's been saturated. Like this flower, you can't tell it's been saturated other than where I've been bending it back to try to peel it off. So there we go. That is how I remove my stickers and residue off of most things. Again, it's not going to work when you've used Mod Podge on something, which is what I did on this. And when your 2 Mod Podges stick together, it's not going to work to take them apart. You'll get something like this on your card. But again, I can scrape some of that off and I can come back in and cover it with tissue again, and it'll be just fine. So that's what I have for you today, folks. Try it out. If you make a mistake, get some undo, try it out, see if it works for you. And if you find any other things that it does not work so well on, you can let me know. But it works very well with stickers and these adhesive tape rolls. Works very well to remove the adhesive off of those. And these pieces are still, that up here, well actually that's still got some tape on there. So we can squirt it with a little bit of the undo, and that tape will just roll right off here. Once I get my fingernail under it, yep, just coming right off the top, no problems. Mod Podge, you won't get it to remove any Mod Podge. So, we know its limits, and we know what it can do for us now. Thanks for subscribing. Bye for now. You all take care, and I'll see you in my next video.